Friday night, it was a weird situation. My two boys, my youngest boy, Dutch, and my middle kid, Kemp, both had baseball games within an hour of each other. They overlapped on two different sides of town.
I'm surprised it didn't happen more often with you guys.
It's the first time that's ever happened. So at one point, I get the Dutch's game with my wife, and we sit down, and now and her and I start watching the game. Now, let me put that story on hold for 1 second. About a couple months ago, my son's baseball team is club baseball, so kids are joining and leaving and joining all the time. And this dad shows up one day and comes over to me and says, "Hey, how you doing? My name's Carl." I said, "Hey, Carl, how are you?" He goes, "Yeah, my son is Davey," or whatever his name is. I said, "Okay, nice to meet you. Welcome to the team." The next weekend, he comes over to me, "Hey, how you doing? My name's Carl." I'm like, "Hey, I'm Johnjay. Yeah, we met last week." And he goes, "Oh, okay, I'm sorry, because my son's Davey." I go, "Yeah, I got you." 3 days after that, the guy comes over to me and says, "Hey, how you doing? My name's Carl. I'm your dad." I'm like, "All right, hi, how are you?" I go, "We've met like 3 times."
For the love of Carl.
Yeah, and
your son is David.
Got a kid.
And the guy's really good looking. The guy's a really good looking guy. Now, let me jump back to the game on Friday night. So my wife and I are sitting there talking, having a good time, and I go to the bathroom. We'd sit there for a long time watching the game. I go to the bathroom. I come back to the bathroom. There's Carl standing next to my wife in mid-conversation, like a heavy-duty conversation. I walk up. I sit down in my chair next to him. I grab a bag of Cheez-Its, and I start eating it. It's a box. I open up this box, and I'm listening to their conversation, and they're having this, serious conversation. Finally, my wife goes, "Johnjay, this is Carl." And he goes, "Oh, how you doing?" And he goes to shake my hand. I go, "We've met like 5 times, Carl." And he goes, "Oh, yeah." And then my wife goes, "Guess what? I bumped into him 2 days ago at this restaurant, and we were talking for a while." And I go, "Okay." So as the conversation goes on and I start killing my box of Cheez-Its, I sit there, I go, "Hey, if I told my wife that I met with some hot mom at a restaurant and sat down and talked to him, I bet you she'd get pretty upset."
I would think so.
So the guy stands there and keeps talking to her for the longest time. And I start thinking, my brain starts going 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, the Johnjay world where you spin everything into the ground.
So then I take a picture of him. I take a picture of her. I was tweeting all this stuff, all my thoughts at that moment. And I gave her my Twitter account. I go, "Read this." So she starts reading it. And I took a picture of her reading my Twitter account. And the guy's in the background, right? And my wife later has a flipping meltdown and wants me to delete everything and delete all this stuff. And she's like, "It's not funny. We weren't flirting." And I go, "I don't care if you're flirting. I thought it was a funny story." But she gets so bent out of shape. We get in this huge argument. Anyway, I deleted the picture. She didn't want any problems.
Oh, okay. Because normally I see everything, and I didn't see that
I didn't
picture.
see that either.
Yeah,
That's
no, I
why.
deleted it.
So she says if you're live tweeting, if you saw it live, then you saw it. But if you Saturday morning, like if I wake up and I start reading it, it's all gone.
Well, no, the story's there. The picture's gone.
Okay.
The story's still there, all the live tweeting. Because then I was like, well, he seems like a really nice guy. He's really good looking. And I was like, oh, I'm going to have Dutch start calling him dad now. And I'm just
That's funny.
Yeah, it was whatever.